Hello and welcome to the Whitehall C-Team game. I will be your commentator tonight, Joel Bernthal. I will be commentating the C-Team Immanuel Lutheran Lancers versus Whitehall Norse. We were supposed to play 3 different teams tonight. One ended up having COVID issues, so they did not show up tonight. And the other team was unable to make a C-Team, only had JV and varsity. So we won't be playing them either. So instead we'll just be playing 4 sets against Whitehall, instead of 3 separate games with 3 sets apiece. So a little bit different, but we still get to play, just not for as long and for as much. Whitehall will begin serving first. Serving first for Whitehall will be Botch. Botch's serve goes over to Lau, set by Carstensen and bumped over by Larson. C by Kulig, set by Bosch, and spike from Slug. Set over by Carstensen. Nice up from Hensley. Seed by Lau, coming back, set by Carstensen and bumped over by Larson. Doesn't quite make it over the net, and Whitehall will begin with the first point, 1-0. Botch will continue to serve for Whitehall. Botch's serve does not make it over this time. Score is now tied at 1, and Carstensen will serve the ball for Immanuel. Carstensen's serve is over to Hensley, I believe. Seed by Carstensen, set by, hold on. Schmid. I don't know the freshman's name yet. This could be a problem. However, that does go into the net, and Whitehall will get that point 2-1. Whitehall is leading by 1, and Sluga will begin serving for Whitehall. Their serve goes over Carstensen and unable to get there in time. Larson and Schmid were switching at the time, so neither of them were in position before the ball hit the floor. These are all taking a Whitehall point, 3-1. Whitehall leads by 2. Sluga's serve again is over. See by Schmid, set over, free ball. Can't see the number there. Kulig is unable to set that over off the free ball. Goes into the net and onto the floor. Score is now 3-2. Lancers down by 1. This is C-Team, sorry. Kulig punches it over. Just gets over Larson there. And in 4-2, Lance is now down by 2. And Sluga appears to be serving. No. No, not Hensley. Becker. Becker will be serving for Whitehall. Becker's serve is over. Received by Lau, set by Milky. Spike from Larson goes to the back row. Becker making a sliding save to get that one. Unable to get it up high enough though. 4-3, Lancers down by 1. Larson will begin serving, and Washburn will come in for Siebel. Larson's serve is over. Good spot along the line, and can't see that number. I think it was Becker that attempted to make the diving save. Was unable to do so, however. Score was tied at 4. Larson's serve goes into the net. 5-4. Lancers down by 1. Okay, so the whistle did not blow before she hit it. So normally you wait for the whistle from the judge up in the booth. You move his hand, and then you're able to hit the ball over. Larson forgot to wait for that, and so it resulted in a reserve. Usually it's just a point for the other team, but since it is a C-team game, they usually do redo since the players don't have as much experience as varsity or JV do. That was a serve from Hensley, which does not go over. Immanuel will rotate, and Schmid will begin to serve for the Lancers. Score is set at 5. Schmid's serve does not go over. 6-5, Lancers down by 1, and Kulig will begin serving for Whitehall. Kulig serve is over. Block from front row. Usually that isn't allowed. You're not supposed to do that. Okay, yeah. They didn't give it to her. So if you're playing front row, you can't spike it back. You have to hit it up at least. You can bump it back over, but you cannot spike it back down off of the serve. So that is why it was Whitehall's point. Good idea, though, I guess, since she didn't know the rules. 8-5, Lance is down by 3. Kulig continuing to serve. Serve again goes over. Received by Washburn, set by Carstensen, and Milky unable to hit it. Able to hit it over, but not within the court. 9-5, Lance is down by 4. Kulig continuing to serve for Whitehall. Her serve does not go over this time. Went off the bottom of her wrist instead of her palm. 9-6, Lancers down by 3. Vaver will come in for Milky, and Vaver will begin serving for the Lancers. Vaver's serve just goes over. Saved by Hensley. Probably a lift called. And 9-7, Lancers down by 2. Vaver again to serve. This time does not go over the net, hits the top, and falls down. 10-7, Lancers down by 3. And I believe Hensley will begin serving. Back also. Comes in for Becker. Hensley's serve is over and in the back. 11-7 now, Lancers down by 4. Hensley to continue to serve for Whitehall. Hensley serve again, not over. Never mind. I was going to say it is over, but hit the top part of the net and fell down. 11-8, Lancers down by 3. Siebel coming in for Washburn, and Lau will begin serving for the Lancers. Still working on coming in. Lau's serve is over into the back. Bumped over from Sluga, up from Carstensen, and over from Larson. Set by Hensley, can't see that number. Bumped over by Sluga, received by Vaver, up from Carstensen, and punched over by Larson to the back row. That'll go down in the corner for a point for Immanuel. 11-9, Lancers down by 2. Lau will continue to serve. Lau serve again is over. Set from back, bumped over from Sluga. Received by Larson. Set from Siebel and bumped over from Carstensen. Received by Hensley. I couldn't see who hit that. Matejka. And that'll go into the net. 11-10. Lance is now down by 1. Lau will continue to serve, and timeout Whitehall. So I explained this at the beginning of my live stream, but I think I'll explain it again because we do have a few more people on. So we were supposed to play 3 different games, 3 matches each. Melman had problems with COVID, and they were unable to come at all. I think Augusta was the other team, and they only have enough players for JV and varsity. They did not have enough players for C team. So instead of playing 3 different games with 3 sets each, we're only going to play 4 sets against one team, which is Whitehall. So a lot less games and sets, but we still get to play, so it's better than not playing at all. Again, this is the first C-team game of the year. We had a varsity tournament in Black River. I believe that was last weekend, and I commentated that. So this is the first regular season game. Lau's serve goes over. Bumped over from Sluga. Set from Carstensen. Bumped over from Larson. Matejka up to Botch, sends it over. Bumped over from Larson. Kulig to Matejka to Sluga. Just gets over. Off the net and rolls down. 12-10. Lance is now down by 2. And Botch will begin serving for Whitehall. Botch's serve is over. Off Vaver. And onto the floor. 13-10. Lance is down by 3. Botch to continue to serve for Whitehall. Also, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them below in the chat and I will answer you. Botch's serve goes over, received by Lau, set by Carstensen, and Siebel not quite able to make it over the net. Really close though. 14-10, Lance is down by 4, and Botch will continue to serve. And a reserve. Botch's serve does not make it over the net. 14-11, Lance is now down by 3. Carstensen, I believe, will begin serving for the Lancers. Carstensen's serve goes over, received by Kulig, set by Botch, spike from Matejka, and it hits the line. It's a really hard one to judge on Schmidt's part, but she did let it go. 15-11, Lance is down by 4. Sluga will continue to serve for Whitehall. Sluga's serve again is over and at the feet of Lau. 16-11, Lance is down by 5. Sluga continuing to serve for Whitehall. Her serve again is over, received by Carstensen. Spiked back at Carstensen from Schmid, and Carstensen is able to put it over. It's an interesting way to do it, but they did it anyway. Effective, I guess. 16-12, Lancers down by 4. Milky comes in for Vaver, and Washburn comes in for Siebel. Washburn to serve for the Lancers. Washburn serve does go over. Couldn't see either of those numbers. You see by Carstensen, set by Milky, and punched over by Larson, sorry. You see by Carstensen, set by Schmid, put over by Larson. Set from Sluga, sorry. Bumped over from Larson going to the back row. Nice save there by Bach. However, nobody there to get it, and it falls to the floor. 16-13. Lancers down by 3. Washburn to serve again. Washburn serve goes over. See by Botch and over. Free ball for the Lancers. Set by Milky. And Schmid able to get it over in 2 hits. But obviously that is not allowed. 17-13. Lancers down by 4. And Becker will come in for back. and will begin serving. Becker serve is over, received by Carstensen, set by Schmid, and bumped over by Larson. Received by Slugga, and spike from... Where's the number? Where'd she go? Botch. Sorry, I couldn't see number. It does go down in the back, 18-13. Lancers now down by 5. Becker continuing to serve. Becker serve this time does not go over. 18-15. Lancers down by 3, and Larson will begin serving for the Lancers. Larson's serve is out to the right. And 19-14. Lancers down by 5. And Matejka will begin serving for Whitehall. Her serve does not go over. 19-15. Lancers down by 4. And Schmid will begin serving for the Lancers. Schmid's serve is over, off botch, and onto the floor. Missed her set. 19-16. Lancers down by 3. Schmid will continue to serve. Schmid's serve just goes over, saved by Slugga up from Kulig, but Matejka was unable to get it over. Hits the net and falls to the floor. 19-17. Lancers down by 2. Schmid's serve goes to the right of the antenna and out. 20-17. Lancers down by 3. Kulig to serve. Kulig's serve is over the arms of Lau and onto the floor. 21-17. Lancers down by 4. Kulig will continue to serve for Whitehall. Kulig's serve does not go over this time. 21-19. Lancers down by 3. Vaver will come in for Milky, and Siebel will come in for Washburn. Vaver to serve for the Lancers. Vaver's serve is just over, saved by Matejka. Botch unable to get to that though, to send it over. 21-19. Lancers down by 2. Vaver will continue to serve. Her serve does not go over this time. Pretty close though. 22-19. Lancers down by 3. And Hensley will begin serving for Whitehall. Back comes in for Becker on Whitehall's side. Hensley's serve is over, but out to the right or left. 22-20. Lancers down by 2. And Lau will begin serving. Lau's serve goes into the net. 23-20 is the score. Lancers down by 3. Botch again to serve. Her serve goes over. Miscommunication between Siebel and Lau. Nobody gets that. 24-20. Game point here for Botch. Her serve is over, received by Lau, up from Carstensen and into the wall. Whitehall takes the first game, 25-20, and we will have 3 more. I think I'll just make a continuous stream unless it's more than like 5 minutes in between, but I can't imagine that it would be. So I think they will switch sides every time, and I think it's just a 3-minute break. Yeah. So I'm going to sign off for 3 minutes and then come back. And I am back with about actually, we don't have any time left. So, Immanuel switch sides with Whitehall, and we will serve first this time. So Whitehall won the first set 1-0. 3 to go. And Lau will begin serving for the Lancers to start off this game. Lau's serve does not make it over. Whitehall starts out with the first point. And Botch to begin serving for Whitehall. Her serve is over, received by Siebel, set by Carstensen, bumped over by Larson, goes to the back row. Saved by Hensley, set from Kulig, goes to the floor. Score is tied at 1 now, and Carstensen will begin serving for the Lancers. Her serve is over, received by Sluga, set from Botch and put over by Sluga. Bumped over from Siebel, received by Hensley, set by Botch, and attempted tip over from Matejka, fails, goes into the net and onto the floor. 2-1, Lancers lead by 1, and Carstensen will continue to serve for the Lancers. Her serve again is over. Set from Botch, bumped over from Matejka. Siebel misses the return, and nobody there behind her to get it. The score is now tied at 2, and Matejka will begin serving for Whitehall. Matejka's serve is over, received by Carstensen, set by Schmid. Spike from Siebel. Bumped over by Kulig. Spike from Kulig goes to the back row. Vaver and Carstensen unable to get there in time. 3-2, Lancers down by 1. And Matejka will continue to serve for Whitehall. Matejka's serve is over, received by Vaver. And Schmid, unable to tip it over the net, gets caught in the net. 4-2, Lancers down by 2. Matejka will continue to serve for Whitehall. Her serve again is over, received by Vaver, but that goes into the net. 5-2, Lancers down by 3. Matejka serving yet again. Matejka's serve goes over, off Siebel and onto the floor. 6-2, Lancers down by 4. Matejka continuing to serve. Her serve goes over, received by Carstensen, set from Schmid, bumped over from Larson. Goes to Kulig, set by Botch, spike from Kulig. And goes in the gap of 4 people on the Lancer side. 7-2, Lancers down by 5. The greatest deficit in the past 2 games. Matejka again, her serve goes over, received by Lau, set by Larson, spike from Siebel. Set from Botch, spike from Kulig. See by Lau, set from Schmid, spike from Larson to go to the back row. Just a little bit too far. And again, point for Whitehall, 8-2, Lancers down by 6. Matejka continuing to serve. Her serve again goes over, received by Carstensen, set by Schmid. Attempted spike by Siebel does not go over. 9-2, Lancers now down by 7. Matejka again continuing to serve. And timeout, Lancers. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them below in the chat and I will answer you. I don't know. I don't have any stats for you because this is the first game of the regular season, so I wouldn't even have technical stats for varsity either because it was a tournament on Saturday. I mean, maybe they count. I'm not entirely sure. But kind of just dead space in between timeouts at the moment. I think Matejka served 7 straight and gotten all 7 points so far. So she's looking to continue this. Her serve is received by Carson, free ball. Botch hits it back, straight back over from the free ball, giving Lances a free ball. Lance is unable to get it back over, however. So 10-2 is now the score. Matejka now winning 8 straight points off of her serves, looking to make it 9. Her serve hits the top of the net and falls over. 11-2. Lance is now down by 9. Matejka will continue to serve. Her serve again is over, received by Lau, set by Vaver, and punched over by Larson. It does hit the ceiling, however, so it is an automatic point for Whitehall. 12-2, Lancers are down by 10. Matejka continuing to serve, received by Lau, set by Schmid. However, Lau is unable to put it over after the set from Schmid. 13-2, Lancers now down by 11. Matejka continuing to serve. Serve goes to Lau, set by Schmid and over. Received by Botch. Schmid was either in the net or had a foot fault. I didn't see which sign he made. Either way, Whitehall gets that point. 14-2 is now the score. And Matejka, after a 12-point serving streak, misses one. So 14-3. Lance is down by 11. And Washburn will begin serving for the Lancers. Her serve is over, received by Kulig, set from Botch, spike from back, goes off Lau or Carstensen. It's kind of hard to tell from my angle. And out of the back. So 15-3. Lancers now down by 12. Becker will come in for back. And Becker will begin serving for Whitehall. Becker's serve goes under the net. 15-4. Lancers down by 11. Larson will begin serving for the Lancers. Her serve goes over. Nice save by Becker. Sliding save on her knees. Sends it over the net into the free space between the Lancers. 16-4. Lancers down by 12. And Sluga will begin serving for Whitehall. Her serve goes over, off Milky, set from Carstensen. Spike from Larson does not go over. Well, it does go over, but wrong side of the antenna and was not in bounds. Sluga again serves. Larson hits it into Milky. Schmid plays it off Milky, sends it back to Milky, and Milky is unable to get it over. So 18-14, Lancers now down by 14. And Sluga hits it into the net, so 18-5. And Schmid to begin to serve for Lancers. Tip over from Hensley goes into Lau and Larson, which sends it off in a direction they probably didn't want it to go. Lands on the floor, 19-5. Lancers down by 14. And Kulig serve does not make it over. (19-6) is now the score. Lancers down by 13. Siebel will come in for Milky and Washburn, and Vaver will come in for Milky. Vaver to serve for the Lancers. Her serve goes into the net. 20-6. Lancers down by 14. Back will come in for Becker, and Hensley will begin serving for Whitehall. Her serve is over, received by Larson, set from Vaver. Bumped over from Larson, sorry. Spike from Matejka, hits the back line, 21-6. Lancers now down by 15. And Hensley will begin continue serving for Whitehall. Her serve this time hits the post and falls down to the floor, 21-7. Lancers now down by 14, and Lau will begin serving for the Lancers. Her serve goes over, received by Kulig, set from Botch, bumped over from Matejka. Received by Vaver, set from Larson, spike from Siebel. Attempted spike over from Botch fails. I could make a really bad joke with that, but I won't. 21-8 is now the score. Lancers down by 13. And I meant bad as in like not inappropriate, but it's just like it's a really cringy joke, which I didn't make because that would have been mean. Bumped over from Matejka, set from Siebel. Bumped over from Karstensen, set from Botch. Bumped over, set over by Back, except that it was lift. So Lancers point, 21-9. Lancers down by 12. Lau serve goes over to Hensley, set by Botch. Bumped over from Matejka. Up from Karstensen, bumped over from Larson. I can't see her number, but somebody missed it. Sluga. There we go. 21-10, Lancers down by 11. Lau continuing to serve. This time goes into the net, or under the net. 22-10, Lancers down by 12. Botch will begin serving. Botch's serve goes over, received by Schmid. That goes to Larson, except that she hits it into the net. 23-10. Lancers down by 13. Botch continuing to serve. Her serve goes into the net. Karstensen's serve goes over, received by Hensley, set from Botch, bumped over from Hensley, received by Karstensen, set by Schmid, bumped over from Larson, received by Matejka, spike from Botch, goes to Karstensen, nice save. However, that goes into the net, and Siebel is unable to play it off the net. 24-11, Lancers down by 13, and Matejka will begin serving for the Lancers. Matejka's serve is over, received by Karstensen, set by Siebel, bumped over from Larson. Received by Matejka, set from Sluga, bumped over from Back. That goes off Lau and onto the floor. And 25-11 is the final score of this game. And we will have 2 more to go, so I'll be back in approximately 3 minutes for the remaining 2 games. And I'm back. Lancers have lost the first two games. First game they lost 25-20. Second game they lost 25-11. We did serve last time, so Whitehall will begin serving this round. So Bach should begin serving for Whitehall. And a reserve. Goes off the bottom of her arm instead of her wrist and falls to the floor. 1-0 Lancers lead. Carstensen will begin serving for the Lancers. Her serve goes over. Nice up from Hensley. And net called on Botch and Sluga. 2-0 Lancers lead. Carstensen to serve yet again. Her serve goes over. Received by Sluga. Spike from Botch. The back row goes to Carstensen. Set from Schmid. Spike from Larson. Saved. Bumped over from back. Received by Carstensen. Set by Schmid. Spike from Siebel. Nice save. I could not see the number, however. Set over by back. Set from Lau. Just out to the right. 2-1 Lancers lead by 1. And Matejka will begin serving for Whitehall. Her serve is over. Received by Carstensen. Set by Schmid. Bumped over by Larson. Set from names. Hensley. Sorry. That goes. The spike from Botch goes off Schmid and onto the bench. Sorry. Score is now tied at 2. Matejka continuing to serve for Whitehall. The serve goes to Carstensen. Set by Schmid. Spike from Larson. That'll go down. And out. 3-2 Lancers down by 1. Matejka will continue to serve. Matejka serve goes over. Larson called out. Favor went for it anyway. And sent it into the net. 4-2 Lancers down by 2. Matejka continuing to serve. Her serve does not go over this time. And 4-3 is the score. Lancers down by 1. Milky will come in for favor. And Siebel will begin serving for the Lancers. Siebel serve goes out to the right. 5-3 Lancers down by 2. Becker will come in for back and will begin serving for Whitehall. And Washburn will come in for Siebel, I think. Yeah. Becker serve is over, received by Lau, set by Milky, bumped over by Carstensen. Set from Sluga, spike from Kulig, goes to Washburn, set from Larson, set over by Schmid. Attempted set over from Kulig, one into the net, so 5-4. Lancers down by 1. Larson will begin serving. Larson serve hits the bottom of the net. 6-4. Lancers down by 2. And Sluga will begin serving for Whitehall. Her serve goes over. Larson unable to get there, however. 7-4. Lancers down by 3. Sluga's serve again is over, received by Larson. Bumped over from Milky. Set from Hensley. Spike from Kulig. Instantly returned by Washburn. To an unsuspecting Whitehall team. 7-5, Lancers down by 2. And Schmidt will begin serving for the Lancers. Her serve is over, sent immediately back over from Botch. Spike from Lau goes a little bit too far. And 8-5, Lancers down by 3. Kulig will begin serving for Whitehall. Kulig serve hits the net and rolls over. Spike from Washburn again goes in. 2 consecutive points for her. 8-6, Lancers down by 2. And Schmid will... Okay. Vaver will come in for Milky and Siebel in for Washburn. Vaver will begin serving for the Lancers. Her serve does not go over. 9-6, Lancers down by 3. And Hensley will begin serving for Whitehall. Her serve goes over, received by Larson. Vaver, which goes into the net, however. 10-6, Lancers down by 4. Hensley continuing to serve for Whitehall. Her serve is over, off Larson onto the floor. 11-6, Lancers down by 5. And Hensley will continue to serve. Her serve is over, rolls off the net and down, really hard to judge. 12-6, Lancers down by 6. Hensley continuing to serve. Her serve is over, received by Larson, set from Lau off the ceiling and over. That'll go off Becker and onto the floor to the left, our right. 12-7, Lancers down by 5. Lau will begin serving for the Lancers. Her serve is over, received by Hensley, set by Botch, bumped over from Becker, set from Carstensen, bumped over from Larson, and Kulig is unable to get it over to the Lancers side of the net. So 12-8, Lancers down by 4. Lau continuing to serve. Her serve goes over, received by Kulig, set by Botch, and Becker sends it into the net. 12-9, Lancers down by 3. Nah. Ugh. Lau's serve goes into the net. Botch to serve, 13-9, Lancers down by 4. Botch to serve. Misses. Carstensen serve goes over. Botch receives it, but goes into the net. 13-11, Lancers down by 2. Carstensen again serves it over. Received by Siebel, set by Schmid. Spike from Siebel. Nice save by Kulig. Off Botch and into the wall. 13-12, Lancers down by 1. Carstensen again to serve. Her serve again is over, received by Sluga, and Botch misses her spike. Score is tied at 13, and Whitehall will call a timeout. Again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the chat below, and I will answer you, hopefully sooner rather than later. We've already played 2 games. We have 4 games in total, so this is the third. We lost the first one 25-20, second one 25-11. So hoping to win this one. Score is tied at 13. Again, we have an all-freshman team, I believe, this year for C team, except Salome Siebel. I think she's a junior, but this is her first year at Immanuel. Score is tied at 13. Carstensen to serve. Serve goes over. See by Kulig. Diving save made by Hensley. She does send it into the opposite wall, though. 14-13. Lancers now lead. This is the first time they've led this late into a game. C team, anyway. Crimson serve again goes over. Set over by, I can't remember her name. Matejka, that's her name. And Becker was in the net. So Lancers point, 15-13. Lancers lead by 2. Carstensen to serve again for the Lancers. Her serve again is over. Set from Matejka. Spike from Sluga goes to Lau. Set from Schmid. Spike from Siebel. Set from Botch. Set over by Matejka. See by Lau. Set by Schmid. Bumped over from Larson. A nice save by Hensley. Set by Botch. Bumped over from Matejka. Set from Schmid. Spike from Larson. Back row. Save by Hensley. And into the wall. 16-13. Lancers now up by 3. And Carstensen will continue to serve for the Lancers. Her serve again is over. Received by Botch. Set by Kulig. However, somebody hits it into the bleachers. I didn't see the number. 17-13. Lancers lead by 4. Carstensen continuing to serve effectively. Bumped over from back. Received by Lau. Set from Schmid. Bumped over from Larson. Set from Botch. Free ball. Tipped over by Schmid. Free ball again for the Lancers. Off Schmid, off Carstensen, and Lau was unable to get it over. So 17-14. Lancers remain up by 3. Not remain, that doesn't make any sense. Are up by 3. Matejka to serve for Whitehall. Matejka's serve is over. Received by Lau. Set by Siebel. Pumped over from Schmid. Diving, sliding save from Hensley. Spike from Siebel. Again saved. Free ball for the Lancers. Set by Siebel and Larson. Not able to get there in time. Miscommunication between Larson and Siebel. 17-15. Lancers up by 2. Matejka continuing to serve. His serve again goes over. Received by Vaver. Bumped over by Larson. Received by Hensley. Set by Botch. Bumped over from Kulig. Free ball sent over on both sides. Vaver unable to get the ball up high enough. 17-16. Lancers only lead by 1. And Matejka to serve again. Her serve again is over. Received by Carstensen. Set by Schmid. Spike from Siebel gets blocked. However, back is in the net. So it should be 18-16. Should be 18-16. Because there's just 17-16 us. So they probably messed up the scoreboard. Unless they didn't call her in the net. But she was definitely in the net. Okay, so apparently not. Pretty sure he called her in the net. But the score didn't change. So Whitehall, I guess, is up by 1, 18-17 then. 18-17 is the score. Lancers down by 1. And Matejka continuing to serve for Whitehall. Service over. Nice up from Carstensen. Set by Schmid. Bumped over from Larson. Up from Botch. Set from Sluga. Spike from back. Goes in. 19-17. Lancers down by 2. Matejka continuing to serve. Matejka's serve goes over. Received by Carstensen. Set by Schmid. Spike from Larson. Set from back. Botch. Set spike from back. Oh my goodness. Larson sends it over for the Lancers. Spike from Sluga goes to Lau. Up from Siebel. Lau bumps it over. Set from Sluga. Spike from Kulig. And Schmid sends it back over. Up from Lau. Up from Schmid. And that goes... She ends up back serving it instead of setting it forward. So 2017, Lancers down by 3. Matejka continuing to serve. Free ball sent over from Carstensen, ends up scoring. 20-18, Lancers down by 2. Milky will come in for Vaver, and Washburn will come in for Siebel. Washburn will begin serving for the Lancers. Their serve does not quite go over. 21-18 is now the score. Lancers down by 3. They're all deciding on who's serving. Okay, Becker's serving. She comes in for back. So we're back to Becker. Becker's serve goes over, received by Lau, set by, oh, I forgot her name, I'm sorry, Milky. There we go. And Milky was in the net. 22-18, Lancers down by 4. Becker to serve again. Becker's serve again is over, received by Lau, up from Milky. Nice save by Larson there. Spike from Botch, I believe, went into Carstensen. Nobody there to get. Carstensen's up, though. 23-18, Lancers down by 5. Becker continuing to serve. Becker's serve again is over. Received by Lau. Set by Schmid. Spike from Milky goes into the net. 24-18, Lancers down by 6. And Becker continuing to serve. Becker's serve does not quite make it over. 24-19. Lancers down by 5. And Larson will begin serving for the Lancers. Her serve is over. Received by Becker into the left wall. 24-20 is now the score. Larson to serve again. Larson serve goes under the net this time. And that'll be game 25-20. So we've lost 3 so far. First game 25-20. Second game 25-11. This game 25-20. And we will have one more in about 3 minutes. So I'll be back for that. And I am back to begin the fourth and final game of the matches between Whitehall and the Lancers. Lancers will begin serving to start out this game. Allowed to begin serving for the Lancers. Her serve goes over, received by Botch to the back. Attempted save there by Kulig. Unable to save it though. 1-0. Lancers lead by 1. Lau continuing to serve. Her serve again goes over, received by Kulig. Set by Botch and Sluga. That goes to the back to Schmid. Not Carstensen. Milky unable to hit that over. Score is tied at 1, and Botch will begin serving for Whitehall. Botch's serve goes over, received by Lau, and off to the bleachers to her right, our left. 2-1, Lancers down by 1. Botch continuing to serve. Botch's serve goes over, received by Lau, set by Carstensen, bumped over from Larson. Received by Hensley, which goes to the right wall. Score is now tied at 2. Carstensen to serve for the Lancers. Her serve is over, received by Kulig, set from Matejka. A spike from Larson, saved by Hensley. Free ball for the Lancers, saved by Washburn, sent over by Milky and falls to the floor. 3-2, Lancers lead by 1. Carson's serve again goes over. Bumped over by Larson, goes out to our right. Score is tied at 3. And Sluga will begin serving for Whitehall. Her serve is over, received by Carstensen, set by Schmid, bumped over from Larson, received by Hensley, set by Botch, and rolls over the net. 4-3, Lancers down by 1, and Sluga will continue to serve for Whitehall. Her serve is over and in. 4-3, Lancers down by 1. Sluga continuing to serve. Her serve again is over, received by Lau, set by Washburn, bumped over by Schmid. Set over by Matejka, and she was in the net. So 5-4, Lancers still down by 1. Vaver comes in for Milky, and Vaver will begin serving for the Lancers. Vaver's serve does not go over. 6-4, Lancers down by 2. Becker comes in for back. And Becker will begin serving for Whitehall. Becker's serve goes underneath the net. 6-5, Lancers down by 1. Larson to serve for the Lancers. Her serve is over, received by Becker, set from Batch, bumped over from Kulig. Set from Schmid, nobody there to receive that. So 7-5, Lancers down by 2. Matejka to serve. Matejka's serve is over, received by Larson, set from Schmid, nobody there to get that again. 8-5, Lancers down by 3. Matejka continuing to serve for Whitehall. Her serve again is over, received by Larson, set from Schmid. Spike from Washburn goes back row. Off Becker and out of the back. Becker probably could have let that one go. Most definitely could have let that one go. 8-6 Lancers down by 2. Siebel comes in for Washburn. And Schmid to serve for the Lancers. Schmid's serve is over, received by Botch, set by Matejka. Set from Carstensen goes straight over. Spike from Hensley, saved by Larson, bumped over from Siebel. Spike from Hensley again, goes off Siebel and over Larson. 9-6, Lancers down by 3. And Kulig will begin serving for Whitehall. Kulig serve just goes over and in. Hits the line. 10-6, Lancers down by 4. Kulig continuing to serve for Whitehall. Kulig serve again is over. Nobody there to get it yet again. 11-6, Lancers down by 5. Kulig continuing to serve. Kulig serve does not make it over this time. 11-7, Lancers down by 4. And let's see who's serving. Milky comes in for Vaver, and Siebel will begin serving for the Lancers. Siebel's serve goes over. Not over, sorry, hits the net. 12-7, Lancers down by 5. Back comes in for Becker. And Hensley will begin serving. Their serve goes over, received by Schmid, set by Siebel, bumped over from Larson to the back row, but it is long. 13-7, Lancers now down by 6, and Hensley will continue to serve for Whitehall. Hensley's serve does not go over. (13-8) is now the score. Washburn comes in for Siebel. And Lau will begin serving for the Lancers. Her serve is over. Received by Botch and out to our left, the bleachers. 13-9, Lancers down by 4. Lau continuing to serve. Lau's serve again is over. Received by Hensley. Botch tries to spike it and misses her spike. 13-10, Lancers down by 3. Lau continuing to serve. Lau serve goes into the net this time. 14-10, Lancers down by 4. And Botch will begin serving for Whitehall. Botch's serve is over. Received by Lau, but that goes into the net. Carstensen unable to play it off the net, so it results in a Whitehall point. 15-10, Lancers down by 5. Botch continuing to serve for Whitehall. Her serve this time goes under the net. 15-11, Lancers down by 4. And Carstensen will begin serving for the Lancers. Her serve is over, received by Kulig, set by Botch, and it's over. Schmid sets it back at him right away and scores point. 15-12, Lancers down by 3. Carstensen continuing to serve for the Lancers. Carstensen's serve again goes over, received by Kulig, set by Botch, bumped over by Matejka. Received by Lau, set by Schmid, bumped over from Milky. Hits the line on the side. 15-13, Lancers lead by 2. Carstensen again to serve. See by Mateshka. And bumped over by Botch. Nice save by Washburn and Carstensen. Nobody else there to send it over though. 16-13, Lancers down by 3. And Sluga to begin serving for Whitehall. Her serve goes over off Washburn, set by Schmid, bumped over from Carstensen. Nice up from Sluga, which does not go over. They could have called Larson in the net, but they won't. Siebel comes in for Washburn, and Vaver comes in for Milky. Vaver will begin serving. Again, the score is 16-14. Lancers down by 2. Vaver's serve comes up short. 17-14. Lancers down by 3. Becker comes in for back, and Becker to serve for Whitehall. Becker's serve does not go over. 17-15, Lancers down by 2. And Larson to serve this time around. Her serve is over, received by Matejka, set from Kulig, bumped over by Matejka. Received by Vaver, set by Siebel, sorry. And spike from Lau. 17-16, Lancers now down by 1. Larson to serve. Her serve just makes it over, received by Botch. Out from back, and Matejka unable to get it over there. Score is now tied at 17. Larson to continue to serve. And that serve goes over. Set from Botch goes into, the bump from Botch goes into the wall. 18-17, Lancers now lead by 1. Timeout, Whitehall. I think we have another C-Team game next Tuesday. And then a JV and C-Team game on Thursday. The JV game will be home. C-Team will be away. And I believe varsity plays either the following Tuesday or Thursday from that. So about 2 weeks from now, varsity will play their first regular season game, I believe. Hensley spike to the back row, misses. So 19-17, Lancers up by 2. Larson continuing to serve. Larson serve again goes over, received by Matejka, and nobody there to get that. 19-18, Lancers lead by 1. Also, those games were just off the top of my head, so I'm not entirely sure if I got this completely accurate. You can go to the ILC website and check out the game schedule. It's under athletics, and then volleyball, and then schedule. So you'll be able to find all the game times there. 20-18, Lancers up by 2. Schmid to serve. Serve goes over, received by Matejka. Set from Kulig, and a lift called on Hensley. 21-18, Lancers lead by 3. Schmid to serve again. Her serve goes over, just barely. Saved by Matejka. Hensley unable to hit it over though. 22-18, Lancers lead by 4. Schmid to continue to serve. Serve just goes over, grazes the top of the net. And the return lands on top of the net and stays there for about half a second. And then rolls over onto our side. 22-19, Lancers lead by 3. I can't see her number. Oh, there it is. Kulig to serve. She misses off to the right. 23-19, Lancers lead by 4. 2 more to take this game. Milky comes in for Vaver, and Washburn comes in for Siebel. Washburn to serve for the Lancers. Washburn serve goes over, received by Kulig, set by Matejka, and bumped over by Hensley. Lancers unable to return it though, and goes off to the left. 23-20. Lancers lead by 3. Back comes in for Becker, and we have Hensley beginning to serve for Whitehall. Her serve is over, received by Washburn, set by Carstensen, spike from Lau, saved by Matejka. Hensley with a diving attempted save, misses. 24-20, Lancers lead by 4. 1 more point to take this game. Lau to serve. Lau serve goes over. Spike from back goes out, and Lancers win their last game 25-20. So we lost the first game 25-20, lost the second game 25-11, lost the third game 25-20, and then in the final game we won 25-20. So 25 and 20 seem to be popular numbers today. So we went 1-3 today. Again, the next game should be next Tuesday, but I'm not entirely sure on that. Again, go to the ILC website to see that for sure. But I will see you whenever the next game is. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later.